the scene inheritance feature. And this really shows the power of Godot. It's a way to use polymorphism in a really intuitive way. So say we want to create a player and enemy scene, or like prefect, if you want to think about it that way. A lot of those properties are going to overlap. Most like they're all going to have some sort of mesh. So in this instance, let's just pretend that both characters and enemies have this capsule mesh, and they're both going to have this same collision shape, as well as probably some other properties that overlap. Like they're all going to be influenced by gravity. Maybe they're able to shoot. Lots of overlap there. Well, instead of copying all that code for both the player and the enemy, we can just make a generic character scene, for the player and enemy, we can just make a generic character scene that a player scene and enemy scene will both inherit from, and it will automatically inherit all of the attributes in the main parent character shape. So we have this character scene, so let's go ahead and save it. And now we are going to create another scene, but instead of just creating a scene, we're going to do new inherited scene, and we want to inherit from character, so we can open that. And now we want to change this name to 3D player, because I already have another 2D player, so we'll go like that. And then we can add anything we want here. So say we want to add a spatial camera, because the player should have the camera. So we can add a camera there, and I'm not going to mess with that. But anyway, so there's the 3D player, and then we can save that. We can go scene, new inheritance scene. From the, I don't want it from the 3D player. I want to do scene, new inherited scene from character, because that's where we want to inherit from. And we want this to be the enemy, and I'll actually spell it right this time. And then we can save that. And now, if we add something to the main character, say we also want to add a raycast, if they want to shoot a gun or something, then we have that. We can save that, and the 3D player will inherit that raycast as well as the enemy. So that's kind of how inheritance works. And of course, if we add anything to enemy, then it will not only show up in enemy and nothing else. So let's just go ahead and show that real quick. So let's just add a vehicle wheel, because why not, and save that. And as you can see, in 3D player, it's not there, and in character, it's not there. So one thing to note, this is something the book mentioned, so I just thought I'd throw it in here, is you cannot, so the Godot will stop what's called cyclic, I believe, dependencies, okay? And basically what that means is if you create a scene A, and you have it inherit from scene B, and scene B inherits from scene C, then scene C cannot inherit from A, because that just kind of creates this weird loop. It's like a paradox. It's a paradox loop where like A ends up inheriting from A, but it can't inherit from A until it inherits from A. So it just doesn't make sense, and Godot won't let you do that.